Traveling with the sun on your face during the day. Good morning, friends of the Hardcore Crew. There's sunshine in Milan today. 15 degrees. 15 degrees on December 20th. Sunny Milan without a care. 15 degrees. The weather is strange. The climate is strange. But what are we talking about today? So much to say, friends of the Hardcore Crew, instead of social friends. The Hardcore Crew is my first channel. Sorry if I mess up sometimes. Today we're talking about traveling because I don't know what it's like abroad. In fact, let me know down below if you're following me from outside Italy. But here in Italy, you reach a certain point in your life when you're young. You're there between university, after high school, during university, or just after graduating, before starting your career, where there's a big dilemma that affects a lot of people. And the dilemma is whether to travel or settle down, because it's the time when you're free. Usually you're not married. You don't have big debts because you've just finished university, and you don't have a lot of money either. You have total freedom. You're not working yet. And that's the moment when you can decide. You have total freedom. You're not working yet. And that's the moment when you can decide, should I go and spend, I don't know, a year abroad, 6 months in Australia? I don't know. Should I spend 3 months in London and 3 months in America? I mean, it's the moment when you can make that decision because you're old enough. And it's really the right time to travel. What usually holds you back? A bit of fear. The fear of traveling alone. Anyway, you go to a country you don't know, whether you know the language or not, and so on. However, we feel a bit of sordage like Brazilians, because we don't say it as Italians. Nostalgia canaglia, if we want to say it the Italian way, but we're a bit like the Brazilians. We feel saudade. I mean, here in Italy, leaving Italy is tough. It's one thing to go from the south to the north, and you already feel saudade because, trust me, everyone here in Milan who is from the south feels homesick. Imagine if you have to go to another country. Many who are in other countries will understand me perfectly. So there's a bit of that fear. A bit of money which you don't have, but if you travel and work, you can make things happen. And then you start making excuses for yourself. No, but I want to settle down first. Make some money first, then I'll leave. That way I'll have the money to go. It's not like that. It's not like that. I mean, your moment is that one. I mean, you have to know that your moment is that one. Because then once you start working, you can't move. Because once you start working, you can't move. You have to leave your job. And once you found it, you don't leave the job. So either you leave before finding a job, or once you've found a job, you won't leave it until they fire you. It's hard to leave your job to go. So don't tell me to make money first and then I'll go. Because then you don't leave the job. So it's not like that. If you get married or engaged, it's even worse. Because then you get married, you get engaged, what do? You leave your girlfriend and just go, you're not leaving. Or maybe there are kids. Even worse. You really don't move. There are very few who leave with families and so on. It happens. Congratulations to them. But it's difficult. So my advice is, my personal advice, you know that here, I don't teach anyone anything. It's like talking to a friend. My advice is, at that moment, when you're free and you can, I'm talking about time, not money, you find yourself a damn job. Make enough money to buy a round-trip ticket, open-ended with the dates. Go there and have a week to live. And then find a job, During that week, you find a job to support yourself. And at least you stay abroad for 3 months. 3 months. That will be super useful in life, guys. I didn't do them. So you're asking me, did you do them? No, fortunately not. I've traveled a lot. I've been lucky to travel a lot. I'm regretful for not having done them. I'm regretful. I have many friends who have done it. Even more than 3 months. But my advice is to do 3 months. Why do I say 3 months? Because 3 months won't hold you back at all. Neither in terms of work, nor in terms of... It's not like you say, if I start 3 months, I just finished studying. If I don't start working right away, then I won't find a job anymore. For 3 months, it doesn't change anything, right? Do 3 months. You just finished studying anyway. By the way, you can put on your resume that you spent, I don't know, 3 months in America, 3 months at Honda, 3 months somewhere else. You could have it as a graduation gift, maybe, right? You spend 3 months where you also get to know yourself. You start to have a different awareness. You open up to the world. You meet other cultures. You talk to a lot of people. I mean, those 3 months could change your life. I'm serious, okay? I'm not talking nonsense. 3 months away from home and you start to be responsible. You begin to understand that when you finish studying, you start a new life. Your family will always be there, of course, but you start to create your own family, your own life, right? 3 months spent away make you think a lot. Especially if you go alone, it will make you think a lot. They teach you to overcome things that you might not be used to facing. And if you get through these 3 months, well, because you have to get through these 3 months anyway. So somehow, don't come back early. Do all 3 months. Once you've gotten through these 3 months where you might have done some odd jobs, where you had to figure things out, where you met people you might never have met before, etc., you're a different person. Besides studying, you gain some experience, man or woman, and you become a different person. Much more mature, much more aware of who you are, who you aren't, what you can do, and what's out there. You're a different person. So my advice is to spend at least 3 months. Then in those 3 months, you can decide. You have 3 months. You think about it calmly since you're alone. So you'll make new acquaintances, of course. And then you decide, do I go back, look for a job in Italy, stay in Italy, settle down, want to do this, focus on that, want to travel more, want to live abroad, want. You can choose what to do with your life. There isn't a right solution. There's a solution that's right for you, which isn't the right one. It's the one that's right for you. Okay, everyone is made in their own way, and everyone has their desires, their strengths, and their weaknesses. But if you don't discover yourself first, yes, you'll live well. Of course, I didn't do it, and I'm doing fine anyway, right? But it would have opened up a lot of things for me. Maybe today I wouldn't be here in Italy driving a taxi. I probably wouldn't have stayed here in Italy driving a taxi. Due to some circumstances, my father got sick, he had a stroke, and I had to take over the family business, the distribution company. So I went straight from university, which I left, to work. Later, I would have had the opportunity to do those 3 months, 6 months. I didn't do them, but I traveled every month. But if I could go back, I would do it. If I could go back, I would do it. So I really feel like I can recommend it to you with all my heart. Don't just take a 1-week trip where you go to a little tourist village and then come back home, because you won't learn a damn thing in that tourist village. That's not it. Do it. 3 months. 3 months. Think of it as a challenge, as personal growth. You do 3 months and then you come here and tell me, Luca, I have to thank you. Come back. This channel will be here for eternity. Come back after you've watched this video and tell me, look, Luca, you were right about doing those 3 months abroad. Or those who have already done it can comment down below. All right, we'll see each other tomorrow, as always, at 7 in the morning. Be good. Bye, beautiful people. Bye-bye.